1 year. Man, it's crazy to think that I've been doing this for 1 year. I know in the grand scheme of a year, around almost 500 subs isn't anything to write home about, but it's still an achievement nonetheless, I think. It's crazy to think that, this video is a little late, might I add, but it's crazy to think that, just about a year ago, basically, I just decided to do this little journey that we call YouTube. And I've made great progress, and it's been fun every step of the way. And as y'all know, I do have a Q&A, which I'm going to answer here in a little bit. But first, I want to just talk about a little bit of future plans and stuff, and just kind of my thoughts on YouTube after about a year. So my thoughts initially are, I still want to do this. I still love doing it. It's still fun to, sit here and put the hours in to edit the videos and put the time in to, make creations and videos that you all will enjoy, and that you all will, come back. And I love seeing that I've started to build a fan base where people are coming back, and they're commenting more frequently on videos. They are they're engaging in conversations, and I love to see that. And everybody in the community, as far as I know, is very positive and very everybody is nice, respectful, and that's really awesome to see as well. And it's really cool to just kind of hear you guys' thoughts. And I know that a lot of the Sonic stuff does really, really good. And I'm glad that it does, especially because right now I'm on a Sonic high. But I am, like I've said in other videos, I am still playing the other games. It's just kind of hard to get through all of them, but they are coming. I'm working on them. As well as, I have been pretty busy personally, so it's gonna get a little rough here around the summer, but hopefully things are gonna go smoothly, because y'all could probably tell, but I'm working out again. I have a wedding for one of my relatives that I gotta go to, that I'm the groomsman, so it's a pretty big deal. And I've got a lot of things that are going on soon, so videos are going to be still hopefully daily, but a lot of my big series and stuff aren't going to be as prevalent throughout this summer, at least. Working out, my actual job, this, there's a lot that that's going on, and I'm still working hard at every single aspect of those. All I do is work. Like I come home from my actual job and I work on this, and I don't go until late. So in the morning when I wake up, I eat breakfast. Sometimes I don't at all. I work on this. My Saturdays, I work like a little bit for my dad to get some extra cash. Come home, record, work, just work on this. It's a dedication. It's a craft, and it's a want, and you have to work hard to get it. And that's what I'm going to do. But anyway, so if y'all don't know, and if you missed out, don't worry. I'll probably do another one of these again. Maybe if I hit 1K, maybe I'll do another one of these. But I sent out a community post about my 1 year, and asked you guys to send in questions. And so we're going to get into those questions now. Normally, I know a smaller channel my size, it's just kind of weird doing this, but it's been about a year, and like I said, I think I've started to build up a solid fan base. So I think more or less it's going to be fun. I have them on my phone here, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to get into this, and I think this is going to be fun. And if this is a good idea and you guys want more, Maybe you can drop questions in this video if you want, or in the next community post that I put out. You can ask a question, and when we do a Q&A. But I probably won't do another one till about 1K, maybe. So we'll start with the first one from Creeper Boat Animates, a little sub of mine. Do you plan on getting people to help with content creation? And what is your favorite thing you've done since officially starting your career? So if people don't know, I say officially started my career because I've had this Bear Aspie channel for longer, and I did my first playthrough, which was Sonic Frontiers, when it first came out in 2022. But I wasn't like really like passionate about it. I was kind of like on and off about it, and then I did a few Genshin Impact videos, but it wasn't until last year that I got passionate about it and like officially started the journey and did it every day. So by planning to get people to help, I'm guessing you mean like other content creators and like personal friends. I've had personal friends in videos before, and that's probably still going to be the case. I just haven't had time to play or get anything coordinated or recorded with any of those friends or anything. But content creators, I would love that. There are a few content creators that I've met in this sphere, even in this small sphere, that I'd love to do collabs with, like, you know, play some Sonic games and chill, maybe even play other games. I would love to do collaborations and, you know, see if I can get something going with some of them, you know, and maybe I'll have to drop my Discord in the link. That way, if anybody wants to get something going, maybe we could, because I have a Discord now. Yeah, so I would love to do that, but I do think right now I am still a little smaller. I mean, if I can get something coordinated with how busy I am, I'm all game. But at the same time, right now, I think I'm just going to kind of heavily focus on just keep doing my thing, at least until I can get to 1K. And then when I hit 1K, maybe I can start like smalling it out a bit, because I have more of a broad idea of kind of how I want my YouTube schedule to work out when I hit 1K. But right now, at least until then, I'm just grinding out every single day. And my favorite thing I've done, so it's changed recently. Before, when you asked this question, which was 3 days ago, it was my Sonic Utopia video. And that is strictly because it's the very first video I did when I got the new setup. And I just love that video for a lot of reasons. It's one of the reasons that, you know, I kind of got more recognized in the YouTube sphere. And it was just genuinely fun. And I've had genuine fun playing every other thing, but I think the video that just came out recently, my Sonic Overdrive video, I think that's my favorite that I've done. I loved that game from start to finish. It was a really, really fun game. So I would probably have to say that's my favorite, but I also like playing, being able to experience the Atelier Ryza games, 1, 2, and 3. Being able to experience those games has been awesome on the channel. You know, that's a whole new experience that, you know, I've never had before. And, you know, it's crazy to think that even now at 22 years old, there's still games I've never played and games that I can play through blind on this channel for y'all, because it's like I've played so many Sonic games, and that's the reason I kind of don't want to be a Sonic tuber, because it's like once I get to the end of the road for like Sonic content, I feel like that's it for me. Like I've boxed myself in, and now I can't get out of that. Now I have to go out of my way to find other stuff, even though, you know, the fan sphere is like so huge for Sonic. So it's like, you know, I want to do other stuff so I can have new experiences, so it's not just like, you know, oh, I already know what I'm doing, all this and that and the other. I like to have those blind experiences and be able to react with y'all. So I think that's something that's awesome too, that I'd love to do. All right. And this one's from one of my really close friends, VV Saint, or Saint as we say. I just said he said, what YouTubers or content creators inspired you to start your own journey on YouTube? All right, so two that come to mind instantly are Markiplier. I just loved his content growing up. I always watched him, and he's always been funny, and I love listening to the Distractable podcast. Markiplier, and even now more than ever, because you know, as I've listened to the podcast, I've realized that Markiplier is more of an introverted person, much like I am. And so, you know, the fact that he's able to, you know, do that, and YouTube is more of an introverted person's job, and I think that's why there's a lot of introverts on YouTube that do really well on this platform, because, you know, you're home a lot and you just kind of work on your own thing and you do your own thing at home. And so I think with that being said, Markiplier is definitely one of my biggest influences for, just kind of the funny content and just why I make a bunch of random noises. I think I just kind of subconsciously adopted that from him. And a lot of people know, I've probably mentioned him like a ton of times on this channel, but Kobanermani456 is another big YouTuber before he retired that inspired me to do YouTube, especially Sonic content, because around the time I found him, I was going through a time with Sonic where I was getting made fun of in school and whatnot for liking Sonic, and so I was kind of trying to distance myself from Sonic completely, and I was like, oh, Sonic's for kids and stuff. But I think Kobe really taught me that Sonic's for everybody. Sonic's for all ages, and it doesn't matter how old you are. As long as you like it, you like it. And Kobe kind of taught me to love what I love. And that's why, all these years later, I still love Sonic the Hedgehog. I still love Pokemon, not as much, but I still like it. I still love Spider-Man. I still love Dragon Ball. Like he's one of the, like, yeah, he didn't do Dragon Ball content or anything like that, but like, he watched anime, and it's like just him still liking Sonic at like what, 20 something years old. It's like that just inspired me to be like, if he still likes it, he's that old, and people love that he does it. What makes me so different that I can't do that? I think he was definitely probably I think those are two of my biggest ones. There's probably some other ones too, like just from normally watching content in general, because I grew up in the time of, so I was born in 2001, which was, YouTube was made in 2005, I think. So, I was in the era of when YouTubers were up and coming. So it's not like the list, I feel like, is a lot shorter compared to a lot of people now who are younger. But it's still like, I think those were my two biggest ones. And around the time I was addicted to Minecraft for a while, Dan TDM was, but I kind of like, I don't dislike Minecraft. I can't play it anymore. I've played it so much, especially when COVID hit. I can't play that game anymore. So, but I would say that he is definitely an inspiration, especially with how I wanted to be a Minecraft YouTuber at one point, but I don't think that'll ever happen. So don't expect any Minecraft on the channel. All right. Joshua Suggs, another personal friend of mine, 7945. He asked two questions. What are your ultimate goals with YouTube, and where do you see yourself in 5 years? So where do I see myself in 5 years? Hopefully doing this. Hopefully, I've had a lot of plans and I've had a lot of thoughts and stuff like this, and I don't want to like come off as too ambitious, but hopefully in 5 years I want to be doing this, because this is 5 years is actually, we're 1 year into my 5-year plan of this YouTube thing. And if YouTube doesn't work out, I've already said that, I'm going to quit and just, work a regular job, become a regular human being, but the channel's been doing great, which I'm eternally grateful for every single person. And I honestly think I can, if all keeps going to plan and it keeps going like it is now, I think I could hit 1K before the second year is up, and even more by 3 years. So I'm really excited. I'm really excited for that, if that's the case and I'm right. So in 5 years, I hope to see myself doing this, and I hope to see, getting full paychecks from YouTube to, for it to become my job. I would love to do this job full time. This is 5 years time. I would love for me to not only have this full time, be able to kind of expand, have a cool looking office. I mean, I've kind of got a cool setup going on, but I'd love to have like a full official office. I'd love to have, maybe even get like a podcast started off the ground or something like that. I'd love to see, I see myself in 5 years for sure still doing YouTube if it works out, which I'm hoping. And right now it's going really steady, and I'm glad that it's going really steady. I'm thankful for people that have stayed, for people that even came and maybe even left and maybe will come back in the future, and for future people that will see this and want to come back and, help support my goal. And then my ultimate goals. So I guess that kind of goes hand in hand. My ultimate goals for YouTube are basically just to turn it into my job. And also, I guess, to get opportunities that you normally wouldn't. I think the thing about YouTube is you can get a lot of opportunities that normal people wouldn't, or even people with college degrees wouldn't. Like I could have so many different opportunities that, you know, the same people with college degrees could without even having one. And I think that would be something cool, to be able to go to conventions and do autograph signings and stuff like that, if I have the the energy for it. I would also love, you know, like I said, for this to become a job. That's my biggest ultimate goal, is to keep doing that, keep entertaining, get better at doing stuff. Maybe even eventually, if it gets like too much, you know, be able to hire an editor. You know, I'd love to get like cool collaborations where like people animate moments from my gameplays and stuff like that, do like animated, like, you know, how like animated shorts, or you know, like get cool like official channel art. The whole gate. Like, I'm looking at YouTube as a broad, not even broad, like a huge sphere of like something that I know for sure I want. And that's why I've been chasing it, because ever since I got back into a great mental state, I've been chasing this nonstop for a year straight now. So I really am I'm dedicated to this, and I still love doing it, and I still want to keep doing it, because I've wanted to be a YouTuber for as long as I can remember. And then the last question is from the real1_real. Favorite Sonic game and why, and congrats on 1 year. So first of all, thank you a lot. And I've said this a lot on the channel, so I don't know if you've actually gone back to watch videos, but I can say it here. That way people will see it and they'll be like, oh, okay. Sonic Unleashed, easy answer. Sonic Unleashed. Sonic Unleashed is also my favorite game of all time. So, and games in general. And I'm hoping to do like a tier list of games in general at some point, or not tier list, but like top 5 list of my personal top 5. But Sonic Unleashed is my literal favorite game of all time. And why? There's a lot of reasons why it's my favorite, but if I had to go with just a few, it would be one, it was a game that it wasn't my very first Sonic game. Heroes was my first official Sonic game, but it was the very first game that I remember having a conscious knowledge of, like, going into the library in elementary school and you know, looking up all the information, going up on all these wiki pages to just find out everything about this Sonic Unleashed game, because I didn't have an Xbox 360 at the time. I only had a PS2, and you know, I wasn't as fortunate as other kids at that time, and so I was doing everything in my power to like look like, oh man, this is so cool, this is so, like, you know, I wish I had a console, you know, just looking up everything that I could and absorbing all the information. Like, this game to me looked like the coolest Sonic game, especially because at that point we had, once Werehog stuff came out and I saw the combat, that was something I wanted in Sonic forever, which was like full-fledged, like pow, like full-fledged, like all-out combat. That was something I wanted for a long time. So when I saw the Werehog, I was like, yeah, this is gonna be like peak. Obviously, we weren't saying peak at the time, but like, I'm like, this is going to be the best game ever. And then I got it for the PS2, which ended up being the worst version of the game. And at the time, I didn't like it too much, especially since I had seen everything from the HD version of the game. And I was like, this is nothing like the HD version. What the frick happened? I don't think I ever beat the game too. I don't even think I ever got past Apatos Night in Sonic Unleashed PS2 version, which eventually I did go back and play it, and when I played it when I was older, I was like, you know, that actually wasn't as bad. And that was after I'd finally played the HD version, because I finally got my hands on the HD version, and I think I played it in like a whole day, and I loved every single second of it. It was everything that I had finally like dreamed for it to be after years of not being able to play it. And it was, so I was a day one like Unleashed hype hype train. I was day one Werehog lover. I never switched up like the fan base has now. The fan base has switched up and is like, Sonic Unleashed is like the best Sonic game. I was always like, Sonic Unleashed is the best Sonic game. And then they're like, no, it's Sonic Adventure 2, you freaking suck. You're a loser. You should leave the Sonic community. You're not a real Sonic fan because you don't like Sonic Adventure 2. And I'm like, bro, I was just born yesterday, all right? Like, let's chill the frick out, all right? But I love the Werehog. I love the fast pace, and although I have a lot of different ideologies of like kind of how Sonic works and how Sonic has done things differently, at the core, I think I still love the boost gameplay, and I still think, even though with how refined it is in Generations, I still think Unleashed does it best. I love the stage length; it's perfect. I love the Werehog stages. I love how platform heavy they are. The combat, the battle music can get a little annoying. It's good, but when you hear it a lot, it's just like, all right, okay. You know, like every few seconds, I'm trying to listen to the stage music. The scenery, the story, I think is one of the best, if not the best Sonic story, in my opinion. It's very simple, but it has a lot of deep undertones and meanings that if you're really paying attention, you can really tell. And it makes the story just that much better. The story is just so freaking good. I love the story in the game. The jokes are A1. I love how funny the game is. Like, it's actually like genuinely funny. Like, it makes you laugh. Like, a lot of the comic relief moments with Chip are actually funny. I'm not just sitting there like, ugh, like, you know, like in Colors. When Sonic falls out of space, one of my favorite lines in the entire game is when he meets up with Eggman again in Mazuri. And he comes in and he's like, Sonic, and he's like, yo, Eggman, thanks for my little skydiving adventure together. That is like one of my favorite lines in the entire game. I thought that was so funny because I didn't get it when I was a kid, and then when I finally understood, I'm like, oh, he's talking about when it happened in the opening. I'm like, that's so funny. That's like a funny callback. And I can tell y'all, when we play that game, every line for line, showing remorse, Eggman, if you played nice, I wouldn't have to break all your toys. Like y'all don't know about it. I love Sonic Unleashed, and it's no contest. If I had to give also a classic game, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, easy. I felt like back then, when Sonic Mania came out, I really loved Sonic 3 Knuckles already, but I was like, Sonic Mania is really close. But now, I think, now that I've gotten older and I've had time to think about it, and Sonic Mania has been out for a while now, I think without a doubt Sonic 3 Knuckles is still better. Sonic Mania is still incredibly solid, and it's really, really, really close. But Sonic 3 Knuckles, the story, the spectacle of the game. I think what Mania doesn't have is spectacle over Sonic 3 and Knuckles. That game has spectacle. The story makes you engaged the whole time, and not a word is spoken. It's one of the most beautifully crafted stories I think in Sonic of all time, and not a word is spoken. And I think that's just so cool. So I would say for classic game, Sonic 3 and Knuckles. For, you know, more modern game, Sonic Unleashed, easy. Yeah, so wasn't that much questions. I still was able to drown this out of like 23 minutes. So if y'all want another Q&A, I'll probably do this at some point when I hit 1K, and I will do a community post, and y'all can go and answer or put your questions down in the community post, and we can do that. I will maybe drop, let me know your thoughts for any YouTubers that are interested, small YouTubers. If y'all would like, I'll drop a link for my Discord in the description. I'm not going to do it immediately. I'll make sure, because I'm very like I said, I'm very introverted, and I'm a little careful with who I meet online. I'm not saying that people are always mean, that most people are very nice, but you know, it's just a comfortability thing for me. So maybe I'll do that, but maybe I'll let you guys go on that first. And yeah, so next Q&A I think will be about around 1K subs, or 2 years if we haven't hit 1K yet. That video with the figure collection is coming soon. I have to work on it. I haven't started recording yet. I'm about to get working on it here in a little bit. more videos coming soon. We're just getting started, 1 year in, and we're just getting started. And I hope you guys will keep continuing to walk this path, this journey with me. And so far, year in, thank y'all for everything. All 424 of you. Yeah, this is a little late, but thank y'all so much, genuinely from the bottom of my heart, for joining me on this journey. Just the kindness, the support, everything. It's been awesome. It's been super awesome, and it still continues to be awesome. And I can't wait to see what's in store for me in YouTube in the future. But with that being said, I ain't gonna self-promote. I'm not gonna self-promote. Y'all can like the video if you want to. Heck, you can dislike it if you want to. Who knows? I have a lot of Sonic fans, and maybe they don't like the fact that I'm not making a Sonic video right now. So if you want to dislike the video, dislike the video. I would prefer you not, but you can if you want. And look, I'm not gonna force you to subscribe, but you can if you want to. I'll see you guys probably in the next before the sequel video. Goodbye.